For me, I mean, being an engineer, I'm a big fan of practice-based education anyway, because it's just kind of fundamental to the practice I grew up with, I guess. But I think the real attraction for me is that, particularly with the sector where it is now, where we've got a very large portion of the population actually participating, we're getting on for half of the people participating in higher education, it's not a minority academic pursuit. It is about how we all live and how we all operate. And some of that's about economic outcomes, but a lot of it's actually about how people find meaning in their lives and how they have a successful vocation and a successful life. So to me, to not be considering practice-based education would be a real failure in terms of what universities should be doing for the community. As far as CSU goes, I mean, the reason I love this institution is that we're really about that. We talk about ourselves as a university for the professions. We have so many of our schools that are really founded on practice-based traditions that I think we're a terrific example of an institution that really takes it seriously and does it very, very well. There's a whole bunch of challenges in that, but it's just core to our being, and that's, it's one of the reasons I wanted to come to CSU is that focus on practice-based. I think what we've seen through the summit is that we've got the same challenges everybody has, but because we are more intensive about it, we probably have them more starkly than other institutions do. But it's what we've heard through the sessions. It's the resource intensiveness of actually doing this work really well. It is to some extent kind of butting up against traditions of academic culture which have tended to sideline practice-based education to some extent. So I think those are the two things I'd see. And perhaps to some extent it's the challenges of success, because as we've got more students, we're finding access to placements is something that's getting a stretchier problem for everybody, I think. Go back to what I said before about how people live their lives. So much of our lives is lived through our work. Our communities, they're not going to survive unless they've got viable enterprises and viable employment. So it's fundamental to me that we support the economic and the social aspects of our communities, and that means working with the businesses that exist in our areas. I think the summit's great, and I've really enjoyed being here the last 3 years. And what I've heard from people who are here is that they're enjoying the opportunity for genuine discussion. It's relatively small, so it's not a huge conference. There is the time for interaction. Somebody said this morning that what they really liked about it is that people are building off each other's thoughts. So you're actually getting the sense of a genuine academic conversation, which needn't necessarily be the case at summits or conferences. So I think it's been great. It seems to me people are getting a lot of value out of it, and I always find it a really good reflective space for myself.